The 1992 NBA Dream Team compared to today it's like we on a completely different planet, people. NBA stardom, NBA American stardom is dead in this country and in the world. Right now, the year is 2024 and we are in the Summer Olympics. The basketball Olympics for these Olympics, for the basketball for these Summer Olympics has literally no aura, no noise around it, no excitement, nothing. There's no excitement around the basketball Olympics this year. And the NBA team has Steph Curry, four-time NBA champion, a man that transcended the game with his abilities from the three-point line. LeBron James, the quote-unquote GOAT, self-proclaimed GOAT, and a lot of people's GOAT. Ultimate loser in the finals, but still some way broke through that glass ceiling of Hall of Fame legendary stardom status. And then a bunch of other guys. Talented, but no superstars. Anthony Davis, Bam Adebayo, Joel Embiid, a turncoat, Devin Booker, Anthony Edwards, Drew Holiday, just a bunch of guys. When I say a bunch of guys, I mean in terms of the world's view. Role players according to the world. No superstars. The only superstars on that team is LeBron. I don't care what y'all say about Tatum. Listen, I forgot Kevin. Listen, this is how much Kevin Durant doesn't really mean anything anymore. I completely forgot he was on the team. But he's hurt. And he's always hurt. Just like a lot of guys on this team. Kevin Durant is always hurt. Joel Embiid is always hurt. Anthony Davis is always hurt. Steph Curry gets hurt a lot. LeBron gets hurt a lot now. Devin Booker's always hurt. Just a bunch of guys on this team. Well, outside of Kevin Durant, even Kawhi Leonard was on the team. Now he's not on the team because he's always hurt. Outside of Kevin Durant, LeBron James, and Steph Curry, there are no superstars on this team, people. Absolutely no superstars. And the world just doesn't care anymore. Because here's another thing you got to also remember too. The world has its own superstars now. Luka Doncic, Nikola Jokic, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Jamal Murray, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. The world has its own superstars now. So they don't really care. They don't really care about. It's crazy when you think about it. They don't really care about the guys now in the NBA that's American because they have people that represent their own country now. So I don't really care about those guys. But it's just crazy to me. It is absolutely crazy to me, people, that we are living in a time now where, and think about this also. The USA Olympic team, people used to get excited to watch that. Like literally, people would be excited about the ability to watch. It's kind of like an all-star game, but yet the people, the players, the American players are competing against the world, against talent in the world. People used to love to want to be able to watch the Olympic basketball team, which was a ton of NBA players, superstars, go out and compete against the world and win a gold medal for the country. People used to be excited about that. But now people don't care. And here's the thing. Here's the thing about the Dream Team, right? Everybody knew that none of these guys, like these guys were cool, they were friends. But everybody knew when it came to them competing against each other in the NBA, it was straight cutthroat. All that friend crap, all that being buddy-buddy, that didn't matter to them. It didn't matter at all. That didn't matter at all because they were going to compete and they were going Listen, they were going to compete, and it was going to be a bloodbath every time they competed. So people didn't mind seeing them team up together on the Olympics. People didn't mind seeing it because they knew, okay, these guys, yeah, they're enemies. Yeah, they're enemies, but they're playing for the United States, and they're going to do everything they can to win. So people enjoyed it. And the coverage around the world, these guys were all superstars, megastars, cameras, everybody following the buses, people passing out. Just excitement to see this. And now you fast forward. I mean, think about, prime example, right? Think about the players on that team. The roster: David Robinson, Hall of Fame. Patrick Ewing, Hall of Fame. Larry Bird, Hall of Fame. Scottie Pippen, Hall of Fame. Michael Jordan, Hall of Fame. Clyde Drexler, Hall of Fame. Karl Malone, Hall of Fame. John Stockton, Hall of Fame. Wow, Michael Jordan was older than Karl Malone. That's crazy. John Stockton, Hall of Fame. Chris Mullins, Hall of Fame. Charles Barkley, Hall of Fame. Magic Johnson, Hall of Fame. David Robinson was only 26 at the time. That's crazy. So was Scottie Pippen. But you see the difference. Everybody on that team. Christian Laettner was a college basketball Hall of Famer. But everybody on that team outside of Christian Laettner, he's in a college basketball Hall of Fame. But everybody on that team was a Hall of Famer. That's something you can't say about this current team. That's something you can't say. How many people are, and let's just be honest too, by the way. Let's be honest. The NBA the NBA doesn't have a Hall of Fame. They got the 75 greatest players. But if we let's just talk about the Hall of Fame. Let's look at it currently. And how many of these players are going to make the Hall of Fame on the current rosters? The current NBA roster, by the way. Let's see if this, let's see. Bam Adebayo. Hall of Fame entry in question. Devin Booker, Hall of Fame entry in question. Steph Curry, Hall of Fame. Anthony Davis, Hall of Fame. Kevin Durant, Hall of Fame. Anthony Edwards, in question. Joel Embiid, in question. Tyrese Halliburton, in question. Drew Holiday, in question. LeBron James, Hall of Fame. Jason Tatum, in question. Derek White, in question. 8 players on that roster. 8 players on this roster. 1, Derek White, Jason Tatum, Drew Holiday, Tyrese Halliburton, Joel Embiid, Anthony Edwards, Devin Booker, and Bam Adebayo. 8 players on this roster are in question on whether or not they gonna make the Hall of Fame. Only 4, Steph Curry, Anthony Davis, Kevin Durant, and LeBron James are surefire guaranteed Hall of Famers. Everybody else is in question. And it's crazy. Like, this team should be filled with superstars. It should be filled with superstars. I mean, it should absolutely be filled with superstars. But you know the problem? There's only 3 superstars in the NBA. And all 3 of them are on this team. Kevin Durant, LeBron James, and Steph Curry. They're the only superstars on this team. They're the only superstars in the NBA that are American born. That's crazy. I wouldn't be shocked. The NBA, listen, the USA should win this tournament. But as time continues, people, it's going to be a real case being made on why the USA is no longer the best team in the world. That 92 Dream Team was the greatest Olympic team ever. This team, not so much. We'll see what happens as the future continues. But as you see, that list of superstars and that list of good players to send is dwindling because the world is catching up. Not only is the world catching up, people, they're training their athletes better. They're learning the game of basketball at a high level. They're learning the game. Their basketball IQ is higher than those of us being raised in the United States. Because here, all we want is the flash, the pizzazz. We want the highlights. They want the glory and the win. They don't just want the glory like we do. They want the glory and the win. They looking long term. Ever notice with most European players, they pace themselves during the games? You don't see them tire out easily. They literally pace themselves. See, the problem with the U.S. is we're not teaching our kids at a young age the fundamentals of basketball. Remember, they called Tim Duncan the big fundamental. But he wasn't. He was born in the Virgin Islands, U.S. Virgin Islands, but it's the Virgin Islands. That man's career longevity was excellent because he understood the fundamentals of how to play basketball. Look at today's current stars and how they're literally maxing out earlier than expected. The James Hardens, the Russell Westbrooks, the Bradley Beals. Look how these guys are maxing out, the John Walls. They're maxing out sooner than later with their talents because basketball fundamentals wasn't a part of their game from the beginning. And until we implement that back into the learning, until we implement learning back into the game in the U.S., we got a long road to go, people.